You've just seen me paint that door, haven't you? I'm going to put my neck on the line. This is the best paint you can no longer buy. Food for thought. I'll be back with you. Welcome, fellow painters and decorators of the interweb. It's Phil Beckwith, the professional painter and decorator. Back with a bit of a moan. I don't want to say a moan. You've seen the thumbnail, haven't you? Sikkens. You all know what Sikkens is. Brilliant brand. Now owned by the Dulux parent company, i.e. Axco Noble. That's the parent company. Unless it's somebody else owns it and I don't know. But no, let's talk about Rubbol BL Primer and Satura BL. You're going to say, what's BL mean, Phil? Water-based. Means it's water-based. Now, Doris the door, you've seen on previous videos back. There's probably a link there. I've been testing, well, I don't want to say the word testing, I've been trying out some cheap brushes. And then I followed on with one of my better quality brushes to see how it goes painting Doris the door. But a spin-off of that is this paint, because these are paints we've got in our workshop. We've had them a good number of years. Sikkens Rubbol Primer BL was brilliant. It covers really well. Now if you had the undercoat mixed up slightly similar, just off from your top coat, you got even better coverage. The Rubbol Satura BL, that's your top coat. One undercoat, two top coats. Now I'm going to go back in the day. I'm saying it, these are the best paints that you can't get anymore. You can no longer get it. These were the forerunners, and I've said it before in videos, these were the forerunners to the water-based paints that you've got now. So you think you've got good water-based paints, some of them, but you go back 5 to 10 years, probably a bit longer, this is what you had as water-based paints. Now, back in the day, they used to be owned by Crown. They're no longer owned by Crown. Dulux bought Crown, took some of the good products or the technology of the good products and moved it across to the Axco Noble fold, i.e. Dulux. Now, these, correct me if I'm wrong, you can no longer get the Rubbol Satura Rubbol Primer in BL. What? Yeah, you might be able to get it in whites, but you can't get them mixed up in for colours like these. These are mixed colours. They seem to have stopped it. Now, is it a case that all the technology that was in these you probably find in a Dulux can? Now that is food for thought, but I don't know whether it is or not. If somebody's listening from Dulux, do you want to send me a can of the equivalent of what this is? Because you can no longer get this, but you can get other stuff, can't you? This is cracking paint. One primer, two top coats. That's what they are, aren't they? Water-based paints. Now, you've seen me coat that door up. I'm going to show you in a bit when it's all dried and everything, and we can have a look at it. But this, I would say this is probably sheen level, equivalent to like a 40, on a Tikkurila 40. We always used to say the white had a sheen level like of new PVC, UPVC. It had that feel to it as well. It was a brilliant product because you could use it inside and out, and it was water-based. We never had any problems with it. I'll say that. Alright, let's start again. We never had any problems with it unless we were moaning about light colours and whites, and then we struggled getting those to cover. And also, sometimes it felt a little bit thin and you get it creeping, just little runs on it. If it caught you out, you'd be, oh dear me, dear me, dear me, I've got to run. But lots of paints are like, lots of paints are like that. But this, let's put it out there, this is like reminiscing. I'm not going to be in tears, but I'm reminiscing to say this is the best paint you can no longer buy. And those of you that can remember it, will you agree? Give some comments. Comments down below. While you're at it, Can you see that little button there you can press for giving thanks and send me some money? Want to buy some editing software to do some better videos. If you want to help me fund that, press that button, send me some money, send me some money. No sponsorship. So here we go. I'm going back onto this. You've already seen that door painted, but I haven't painted it yet, because this is where magic of editing. I'm going to paint it now, so then you can see it at the beginning. Yeah, let's just get on with it. To keep it all fair and square, you've probably seen those videos there where I'm product testing. When I'm product testing, I'm using one particular brush, so everything's across the board. We're not using better brushes for one paint than another. That's already had a primer on, because you've seen a video with that. It's already had one top coat, now we come to a finish coat. We're not looking at opacity. I just want to talk about this paint and how good it is, and when it's actually painted in the correct process of one undercoat with two top coats, what does it look like, and why can't we still get this paint now? Or is that paint still available but under another label or another company? I don't know, but there we go. This is that 1.5" brush. I'm going to paint Doris the door. 1.5" brush, it's from Wix, a pack of 3, it's Wix own brand, lovely bristle, about 11 quid. If you've got a trade card you get 10% off. So I'm going to start painting that, and then that will be the start of the video that you're watching now. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Back to basics. You want to know how to paint a door properly, please follow that video link there where I show you how to do a panel door. Processes, demouldings, panels, bring those all down, wipe off any fatty edges. You'll see it on that video, and then start bringing your middle section, the mullions, then you've got your rails, and you'll see how I do it. What you don't want to do is start at the bottom like I'm seeing a lot of people painting doors. I know, it's painful, painful. Sweeping statement: was this paint banned because it was too good? And I'll say, was it banned at the time? Because it's the last few years you haven't been able to get it. Has it been banned because it is too good? Food for thought. Sweeping statement. I'm putting it out there. Was it banned? A bit like the RS200s and the Metro 6R4s back in the day of rallying. They banned them because they were too good. They were too fast. They were dangerous. Is this paint dangerous? Was it banned because it's dangerous? Back, it's dried. Can you see how good that finish is? You probably can't. Just focusing on that. Yeah, you can look at the sheen level on that. Now I'm focusing on my hand. Hands that do dishes can feel soft as your face when you're washing brushes regularly. Used to be a singer. Look at the sheen on that. That's not a flat finish, it's not an eggshell finish, that's a very nice satin finish. Coverage, it's not a coverage test, we're not doing about that, we're on about the paint. That is a lovely finish, it went on really well. The brush, look at it, beautiful. Well, that's why my hands feel soft washing these brushes out. But that is a lovely brush to apply that. It went on a dream. It obviously went on well because it was going over itself. Now a lot of people are misinformed that they think these top coats, particularly water-based top coats, can go straight over previous other painted surfaces, glosses, old gloss, things like that. It doesn't always work like that. Always read the information on the back of the tin, or ask the paint rep, because a lot of these water-based paints are one undercoat, which is your primer stroke undercoat. That gives you the sound surface for working over old paints or even new paints that you don't know what they are. It doesn't matter. Primer undercoat, then 2 top coats. A bit like in the day when you used to do oil eggshell. Oil eggshell, self undercoating. If you don't know what self undercoating is, go home now. If you're asking me what self undercoating is, 2 coats. It undercoats itself. So that was your oil eggshells and your oil satin woods, which you can still get now. But that finish is beautiful. And on that, I'm going to say this paint should be brought back to life. They should remake and resell this paint. As I said earlier, you can probably still get it in white in the odd tins, but as a colour mix, we can't get it. That's why we stopped using it years ago. But it was a brilliant interior, exterior, water-based paint that went on a dream. Lovely finish, good colour range. The Sikkens colour range was fantastic. Obviously, with it being under Dulux, you could have Dulux colours made in it as well. But the finish of that is beautiful. I'll say it again. The best water-based paint you can't buy. Comments. See you on the next one.